Welcome to another video walk around. Today we're going to be taking a look at this 2018 Lexus IS 350 all-wheel drive F-Sport in this gorgeous black caviar color. This 4-door, 5-passenger sedan comes with a 3.5-liter 6-cylinder engine mounted to an automatic transmission. As an added bonus, this vehicle has only had one previous owner. Starting in the exterior with some of the notable features, and there are tons, you've got a gorgeous front end here. You've got this really large and expansive grille that expands not only across the front but all the way down to the bottom, and the surrounding trim here is actually a nice gold color. You really have to see that to appreciate it, but it is absolutely stunning. It also extends down to a nice lip in the front here as well. And as we continue around to the side, you'll notice the LED daytime running lights that are actually separated from the headlights, which gives it a very, very sharp and aggressive look. And of course, with the headlights, you've also got the projector beam bulbs as well. Just underneath here, you've also got some extra little air intakes with the really nice trim along the side. I can't stress enough how much you have to see this vehicle to appreciate it. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous car. As we continue around the side of the vehicle, you'll notice the gigantic 18-inch alloy rims that the vehicle currently rides on. Those are wrapped in these super low profile tires, but they do have tons and tons of tread. As we continue down, you'll also notice the F-Sport badging. And as we continue, you've also got the LED turn signal indicator integrated right into the mirror, as well as the lovely chrome trim around the windows. The side profile of this vehicle is super sporty and aggressive. It's got a very low stance. And in the back here, you've also got the tinted windows for some rear privacy for the passengers or cargo. And of course, that tint continues in the back as well. Up top there, you do have the color matched roof fin antenna, and this paint just looks phenomenal. As we continue around back here, you've got more of those same amazing design elements with the deck lid spoiler here, as well as the all-wheel drive IS 350 badging, and of course the F-Sport badging as well. As we back up, you'll also notice the dual exhaust with the chrome tips, and you've also got the really nice mesh pattern to that piece there. It's really the little things that make this car so special, things that a lot of people may not notice, but it does make it a gorgeous vehicle. And of course, this thing absolutely drives better than it looks. So let's go ahead and hop inside and take a look at all of the notable interior features. Hopping inside is nice and easy thanks to the remote keyless entry. You've got your lock and unlock buttons here, and you've also got the trunk release. Though this vehicle, of course, also comes with a smart key system, so simply walk up with the key on your person and you'll be able to unlock the door. Even this key fob looks fantastic with the nice design elements. Like I mentioned, smart key system, and you've got the button to lock it there as well. Inside, you are greeted with this gorgeous red leather interior. These seats are incredibly stylish, and they are very, very comfortable, extremely plush. And of course, you've got the perforation in the center here as well for the heating and cooling features. And you've also got these really aggressive side bolsters because this is a very sporty vehicle. These are really nice to hold you when you're taking those corners nice and tight. Just below the driver's seat, of course, you also have the power adjustable seat controls, including the power adjustable lumbar support. And if we take a look at the door sill there, you've got that nice Lexus badging. Looks really premium. And of course, in the footwell there, we do also have the IS branded all-weather mats that you'll find all throughout the interior, which make it nice and easy to clean regardless of how dirty or wet they get. So let's go ahead and hop inside this gorgeous interior and take a look at all of the notable interior features. The features inside this sporty and premium sedan start with the push-button ignition. Simply put your foot on the brake and push the button to start the vehicle, and when you do, you see that steering wheel move forward, and the seat also moves forward. And of course, when you turn the vehicle off, they'll both slide back in order to give you some extra room to get in and out of the vehicle. Take a look over at this gorgeous driver's side door panel. You've got this really nice red leather that you found on the seats, and you've also got this carbon fiber looking panel that houses the controls for the power windows, locks, and mirrors. Just below there, we also do have a little bit of extra storage in the door panel, as well as an extra cup holder. And you've also got the speaker integrated in there as well, and that's part of the premium sound system that I'll tell you about a little bit later. Up top here, you do have the 3 memory settings for the driver's seat, which is a really nice feature, so you can easily switch between seat settings when you're switching drivers. Just to the right, you've of course got a climate vent with the nice metallic looking finish to the top and bottom of it. Just below that, you do have the odometer/trip button, and you've also got the dimmer switch for the gauge cluster. And as we continue down, you've got lots of features here, including your buttons to toggle the automatic high beams, your windshield wiper deicer, your blind spot monitoring, and your parking sensors. And you've also got this button here, which is your one-touch up and down rear sunshade. This is a really nice and premium feature to help keep the sun out of the rear of the vehicle. If you take a look in the footwell there, of course, you've got your trunk release as well as the hood release, and you've got the foot operated parking brake. And if you take a look at the pedals there, you'll also find these really sporty and premium looking metal pedals. If you take a look up at the steering column here, you will find the power adjustments for the tilt and telescoping steering wheel, so you can get it in the perfect position with ease. And up top here, if you take a look at the turn signal stalk, you do have the automatic headlights, and on the right hand side here you also have the automatic windshield wipers, both of which are very nice set it and forget it features. If you take a look at this gorgeous steering wheel here, there's lots to see, starting with the red stitching on the inside of the steering wheel, and of course at the bottom here you've also got the F-Sport badging. You've also got this nice metallic looking panel here, and in the center there you do have, of course, your Lexus badging. Just behind the steering wheel you do have the paddle shifters that you will very likely be using often, because this vehicle is absolutely loaded with performance, and one of the best ways to get the most out of that performance is by using the paddle shifters. It'll give it a really sporty and premium feel, and you'll absolutely love rowing through the gears. On the left hand side of the steering wheel here you have the audio controls, including your volume up, volume down, and track selector buttons, and you've also got the audio mode button there as well. At the bottom you have the Bluetooth hands-free calling buttons as well as the voice recognition button. And on the right hand side of the steering wheel, this is where you'll find the buttons to navigate the screen in the center of the gauge cluster, and I'll show you what's included in that in just a moment. Of course, you've also got your menu page and back button for that screen as well. At the bottom here you have the lane departure alert button as well as your radar guided cruise control follow distance button. And speaking of cruise control, just behind the steering wheel is where you'll find that cruise control stalk. So let's go ahead and take a look at that gorgeous gauge cluster there. This is a completely digital gauge cluster, though it does have that nice analog look around the center of the screen. And you can see in the center there you've of course got your digital speedometer, and on the outside you have the digital tachometer. And on the left hand side here, of course, you've also got your exterior temperature, and on the right hand side you do have the odometer, and you can see that this vehicle currently has 23,908 kilometers on it. As you cycle through the screen, you'll be able to check all kinds of relevant vehicle information, including your fuel economy, your range, your average speed, your eco indicator, tire pressure, gear position, and of course you'll also be able to switch between kilometers and miles per hour. In this last screen here you can check your radar guided cruise control follow distance, and you'll also be able to see whether or not you've got that lane departure alert toggled on or off. You can also hit the menu screen there to cycle through, and you have tons of options here. It actually does move over the analog part of the gauge cluster, which is really, really cool. In this first information screen here, you've got your G-force monitor, as well as your tire pressure, your gear position, your sway warning, and at the top there, of course, you do have your trip stats as well. The next screen over is your navigation screen, so you can quickly check which direction you're traveling. Next, you've got your audio system, so you can quickly check what's playing and adjust it without ever having to take your hands off the wheel or even glance at your infotainment system while you're driving. Next, you've got that screen that will show your radar guided cruise control follow distance as well as your lane departure alert, so you can check if that's toggled on or off. And finally, you have the messages or warnings page, so any relevant vehicle messages or warnings will display here. And in this last screen over, you've also got the vehicle settings, including your safety settings for your lane departure alert, pre-collision system, the AFS, and your speed indicator. You've also got some additional vehicle settings and meter settings at the bottom there. And you can turn that off and display just the digital tachometer by hitting that menu button on the steering wheel there. If you take a look over at the center of the dash here, you've got a really, really gorgeous dash. Up top here you do have the screen that's controlled by the navigation buttons at the bottom there, and I'll show you how to work that in just a moment. Of course, this system does come with navigation, and you've also got all kinds of other options. In terms of your media options, you've got tons and tons of audio options to choose from. You've got your standard AM, FM radio, and of course you've also got the Bluetooth options. You've also got your satellite radio as well as a CD input a USB input, and an auxiliary input. Take a look back at the menu here. Of course, you've also got access to that phone menu if you have your phone hooked up via Bluetooth. At the bottom there, you can also access your climate controls if you wanted to do so through the screen. In your setup options here, you've got lots of options for the infotainment system. And if we click into information here, you'll be able to check your fuel economy and trip information. You've also got this extra little screen on the side here that you can scroll through your main options, including your climate controls, your phone, your audio, and of course your map as well. So you can really configure this however you want, and you can see whatever information you want on the left-hand side and the right-hand side of the screen. And of course, when you put this vehicle in reverse, this is of course where you'll see the backup camera pop up as well, and it does come with those nice guiding lines as you turn the steering wheel. And you can see you've also got your navigation on the right-hand side there, and like I said, that is configurable, so you can put whatever you want there while still seeing your backup camera, which is a really nice feature. Just below that, we do have a couple of climate vents, as well as the nice metallic look to the top and bottom. And you've got this gorgeous analog clock with the Lexus badging in the center. This looks so premium and so cool, and it's a really unique feature. Just below that, of course, we do have the dual zone climate controls for the vehicle. This vehicle comes with AC for those hot summer days, and you've also got your heated mirrors for those cold winter days. You've also got the rear seatbelt warnings on the left-hand side here and the hazard lights in the center. And further to the right, you've got the passenger airbag warnings as well. Just below, we have the controls for the audio system as well as your CD input. And if we take a look below that, you've got the indications for your premium surround sound audio system. You've got that nice Mark Levinson premium surround system. And you've also got the Grace Note as well as the Dolby Digital audio. This is a really, really incredible sounding system. As we look just below that, you've got the 3-stage heated and cooled seats for both the driver and the passenger. You can cycle through just by clicking the button. And you've of course also got the heated steering wheel for winter as well. If we take a look just to the right here, you've got the system that you use to navigate that screen at the top here. This is a little trackpad that you scroll around with, and you've of course also got your map button as well as the menu button, your back button, and your up and down scroll as well. You've also got the enter button here, so it is really like using a mouse when you put your hand on there. You can see this is kind of how it works. It's a really, really cool and unique feeling system, and it works fantastic. If you take a look at the shifter boot there, you do have that nice red stitching that you'll also find on the center console. And just to the left of that, you've got your drive mode selector. You've got your eco mode if you want to get a little bit more fuel economy out of the vehicle. And of course, you've also got sport and sport plus mode if you're trying to get the most possible performance, which you likely are because this vehicle is a performance monster. Just below that, of course, you've also got the button to toggle your traction control on and off, and you've also got snow mode. And if you wanted to customize this, you can also do so by clicking in there and optimizing the settings. We do have this nice center console here. Of course, it's a padded leather center console on top, and inside you've got a nice carpeted storage area for all of your interior storage, and you've also got a nice little 12-volt outlet there. And up top you do have the auxiliary and USB inputs as well. If you take a look over in the passenger side footwell there, you'll find the same great all-weather mats. And up top, of course, you've got this nice glove box that is compartmentalized with the nice little divider in here, so it's easy to keep things organized in there. And of course, you've also got the leather compartment here that keeps your owner's manual. If you take a look over at the passenger side door panel there, you do have that same great design as well as the controls for the power locks and power window on the passenger side. And finally, if we take a look up top here, you do have the 3 programmable garage door buttons as well as the button to toggle your auto dimming rear mirror, so it'll keep it nice and dim even if there are bright lights in the mirror at nighttime. And it's also a bezel-less mirror, so it looks really, really cool. And up top here, you've also got the controls for your interior lighting as well as, of course, your sunroof for days a little bit sunnier than this one. So let's go ahead and hop out and take a look at some of the features in the rear of this vehicle. In the rear of this vehicle, you've got more of that same incredible red leather seating with the nice perforation in the center there. And in the footwell, you'll find plenty of legroom for the rear passengers, as well as those same great all-weather mats. You've also got a couple of handy storage pockets in the back of the driver and the passenger seat. And you'll also find a couple of climate vents to help keep the rear passengers comfortable. pick here, you can also fold down this center armrest for your rear passengers, which is a nice padded red leather armrest. And of course, you can also flip out this little compartment here for a couple of extra cup holders. These seats also do fold down on a 60/40 split. If you have some additional cargo to store, you can simply grab the latch up here and fold that down. You'll find plenty of interior cargo space with the seats folded down, and you'll be pleasantly surprised with the amount of space in the trunk as well. But before we go take a look back there, we'll take a quick look at the door panel here. You've got that same great design with the red leather, as well as this carbon fiber looking panel here. And you've also got the rear window switch, as well as the speaker. That's part of your premium sound system. So let's go ahead and take a look back here. You've got tons of storage space here, as well as this nice Lexus branded rear cargo mat to help keep the trunk nice and clean regardless of anything that you put back here, if it's wet or dirty. Underneath there you do have the Lexus carpet though, if you wanted to take it out. And all the way underneath here you've also got your spare tire, as well as the tools to change it. And you've also got that nice leather Lexus pouch there as well. That concludes this short video walk around, but this vehicle is really one that you have to drive to appreciate. So make sure you stop by Kelowna Toyota, located at 1200 Leadhead Road, or visit us online at KelownaToyota.com for more information. We look forward to seeing you soon.